What's going on, everybody? No, it's been a few days since I've uploaded a video, and today's video might be a little bit shorter, but it's something I wanted to talk about, and it's something that I've realized. So, over the past week or so, I've been talking with my brother, I've been talking with a friend of mine, and I know I've said in previous videos that I plan to have them over and we're going to be playing some Pokemon related board games, or licensed games I should say, and we're going to start playing the Pokemon TCG live and just have something where we play the game and do a little commentary and give our thoughts and all that stuff. Well, over the past, like I said, week or so, I've been spending some time researching cards, researching decks, and building my own decks to play. And I've come to the conclusion that there is a nefarious plot afoot by the Pokemon Company, and it's just another way that this company has put a death grip on our wallets and the Pokemon community at large. Just, in addition to just cranking out sets, I mean, that's a whole nother topic where we'll just talk about it, I suppose. So since September of 2025, there have been 5 Mega Evolution sets that have dropped since last September. There's 2 dropping in July, so that'll be 7. There's 2, one at the beginning, one at the end. Pitch Black, we get Pitch Black at the beginning of July, we get Emerald Storm at the end of July, and then in September, so a month and a half after Emerald Storm drops, we get 30th Anniversary. And I think I've talked about this before, how in the United States there's no regulations on things like loot boxes or booster packs for cards, whereas in Asian countries they are required by law to put the odds of what you're going to pull out of each pack, and when you buy booster boxes in Japan, China, Korea, all those places, you're guaranteed a hit. You're guaranteed an AR or an SIR, because of those anti-gambling laws. And that's not just for minors, that's across the board. And it's something that they don't have to adhere to in the United States, and so they don't enforce it at all. It's not enforced at all, which is why we have terrible hit rates in the U.S. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, these Mega Evolutions, the Mega Evolution drops that have come out are much smaller. They're much smaller because they're based 1 for 1 from Japanese sets as they drop. So what the pack, but the thing about the difference is now that because they're smaller, they've included more variants of cards, and they're starting to do it in Japan too. And again, that's one aspect of how the Pokemon Company has taken this thing that used to be so simple and so much fun, right? And they have now twisted it, and really, like I said, it's nefarious, dude. And I know that people throw this word around a lot, diabolical, but to some extent it is, when we consider that now. So like I've said, building decks over these past few days, and I'm trying to stay within the confines of what is tournament legal for standard. And Now, and so half of what I have, actually more than half of what I have in my collection, I can't even use because it all just got knocked out. Basically, most of Scarlet and Violet is unviable. And the Pokemon Company, they say, oh, it's to make sure that the meta doesn't stagnate. It's to make sure that there's no power creep. It's to encourage new types of builds, et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, it's literally just so they can say, well, now all your old cards are trash. Now you're going to have to buy all these new cards from the new sets to try to be competitive again. And again, it's just a way that they've got an absolute death grip on this community to say, oh, that deck that was just winning you at like winning standard tournaments at like your local card shops, maybe you were going to take it to regionals. Well, in April, it's no good anymore. And you're going to have to buy all these new packs. Or, oh, hey, you can just go and buy the singles. You can just buy the singles from somebody that got to rip 1,000 booster boxes before the set even released, because for some reason giving somebody distribution rights just gives them cards in advance. And I don't know how it is with Pokemon, but I know in the Magic the Gathering community that more and more tournaments are allowing the use of proxy cards. I don't know where the Pokemon community is on that, but I know that it's again I don't know, man. It's all manufactured, it's all fake, and it's all just meant to take the money out of your wallet. It's not fun anymore. It's not exciting anymore. It's hard to even get your hands on packs, and it's not enjoyable. I'm trying to enjoy building a deck to play is hard to enjoy because, like I said, I'm trying to stay within the confines of the rules of standard. Even going beyond that, it's not what it used to be. It's not. I was building decks back when I was 10 years old, when the only sets that were out were Basic Jungle and Fossil. And they were not great because we didn't have a lot of cards to build those decks with, but sets didn't matter, and what was standard legal for tournaments and for play with others and all that stuff, none of that mattered 30 years ago or 27 years ago, whenever it was. But yeah, it's a bummer, man. And like I've said, it's not fun anymore. It's really heartbreaking to see that this happened to this hobby that I'm very passionate about and something I love very much, that I've devoted a lot of time and effort and money to, and now I'm sitting in front of this camera, and I don't know that anybody is going to see this, and I'm not going to change. I don't feel like I'm going to change anybody's minds, but I definitely feel like I'm a voice that is definitely counter to all of the people out here just pushing what I've come to decide is just propaganda for the hobby. And don't get me wrong, there's guys out there saying, "Oh yeah, if you're having a hard time with collecting cards, and if you're you're not sure what to collect, get into playing the game." Well, to get into playing the game, I have to collect the cards. But they don't talk about that. They just say, "Oh, well, you can just buy your single. Don't rip packs. Just buy singles from me." Because I ripped 10,000 packs, so I have a lot of bulk that I'll sell you at top dollar, so I can try to make my money back. But don't buy packs because I'm buying all the packs. You can just buy your singles from me, so I can make my money back. It's getting frustrating. I'm frustrated with the whole hobby. I got into the playing again to try to alleviate or move away from some of the frustration of just trying to collect. But now I can't even play the game properly because I still can't collect the cards. And like I said, I don't buy off TCG Player anymore. I don't buy off Facebook Marketplace. I don't even go into my local card shops anymore to buy packs. So I can't get packs at a rate that's fast enough to be able to accumulate the items I need to be able to play at a level with these people that can somehow afford to buy 1,000 packs at a time. And it's frustrating. But anyway, that's it for me tonight. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good night.